Hi learners, please subscribe to my channel and also press bell icon for latest video updates. Please do not forget to like, comment and share. Thank you. Hi learners, welcome to Virtual Computer School channel. In this video lecturing, you'll be learning about joins. Join is one of the important concepts used in the relational database management system. That is, whenever you are using any query, you'll be using at least minimum two tables. Okay, so there are most of the time we'll be joining more than one table when we are writing any query. Okay, so this is actually the fundamental idea of relational database management system. So to make our the relational database management system concept, we need to understand the different type of joins performed. Okay, so here to understand join, first we need to understand about Cartesian product, because the basic idea to understand join is Cartesian product. You can see here that is join is a combination of Cartesian product followed by selection process. Okay, so the joining operation is involving two basic operations, that is one is Cartesian product and another one is select. Okay, so to understand join, let us discuss about Cartesian product and then we'll come back to join again. The Cartesian product, I have put one more video in relational algebra concept. So there also you can see this the particular topic, that is Cartesian product. Okay, so let us discuss about the Cartesian product. The Cartesian product, you need to have minimum two tables. Here in this example, you have taken two relations, that is R and S. Okay, so you know already when we say relation, it refers to a table. Okay, so the condition is R and S, that is a relation table R and table S equal to TQ, that is T is the number of attributes that is available in the R table, and then the Q is the number of attributes available in the S relation. Okay, so that is what here it says, that is T belongs to R and Q belongs to S. Right here, the first assumption is there should not be any disjoint set, that is R intersection S equal to null. Right, so then if the attributes R of R and S of S are not disjoint, then remaining must be used. That is when you don't have the disjoint set, then we'll be combining these two set of attributes. Okay, we'll be joining these two attributes. So here you can see in this example RS, that is a relation R and S. Right, so this is actually the relation R with attributes A and B, and this is another one more relation S with the attributes C, D, E. Okay, so this is actually the attribute. Right, so when you're going to perform the Cartesian product, that is R and S, this is what the notation we use for Cartesian product. Here R int S, you'll be taking the first row of your first relation and you'll be multiplying with all the rows of your second relation. Okay, and then the second, you'll be taking the second attribute, that is second record from the first relation, and you will be multiplying with all the records in the second relation. Okay, so you can see here A, B, C, D, E. That is why we say it is a disjoint set. Okay, so alpha 1, alpha 10A, right, and then alpha 1, beta 10A, and alpha 1, beta 20B, alpha 1, gamma 10B. Right, then once this multiplication is over, then you will be taking the second record of your first relation and you will be multiplying with all the records of your second relation. Okay, so beta 2 alpha 10A, beta 2 beta 10A, beta 2 beta 20B, and beta 2 alpha 10B. Okay, so this is how we'll perform the Cartesian product in the database management system. Right, so now, so let us we'll go to the join again. We need to understand how the Cartesian product is doing, and after you perform the Cartesian product, we'll be doing the select operation. Okay, that is what the join operation is doing. Okay, so join operation pass to table. You need at least minimum 2 tables from different relations if and only if the given join condition is satisfied. Okay, we'll be talking about different type of joins, and once the condition is satisfied, then you are going to perform the join operation. Okay, so then other way of understanding, that is a join clause is used to combine rows from 2 or more tables based on a related column between them. Okay, so obviously in the real-time scenario, in the real-time application, you'll be combining more number of tables, right? So you cannot have a database from the single table, right? You'll be creating more number of table, and whenever you do certain query processing, and your SQL query will be combining more number of tables based on your requirement. Okay, that is also we are going to discuss in the next slides. Okay, so before that, we will just try to understand what are the types of joins are available. So the basically you can classify into 2 categories. One is inner join and another one is outer join. Okay, so in the inner join, there are 3 subclasses are there. That is subtypes are there. That is theta join, EQ join, and natural join. And then whereas in the outer join, we'll be studying about left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. Okay, so these are the basic types of joins are available. And to understand what is inner join and what is the other outer join in a brief way, then just we'll see this one. Inner join returns record that have matching values in both the table. Okay, so based on the condition, we are going to elaborate what is theta join, what is EQ join, and what is natural join. But in all the joins, if the condition is matching, then you are going to take all the values. Okay, so returns records that have matching values in both the table. Okay, based on the condition, if the condition is matching, then you are going to retrieve or you are going to get the records from the both the table. Okay, that is what the inner join. Okay, as in a brief sense. Then we have the left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. This comes in the outer join category. And in the left outer join, maybe you can see in the diagram also, it is actually based on the set theory. In the inner join, so if the condition is matching, the records that are available on both the table, you will be getting as a result. Okay, and in the left outer join, it returns all the record from the left table. Suppose if you combine 2 table, and the first table will be considered as a left, and then the second table will be considered as your right. Okay, in the left outer join, what will happen? It returns all the record from the left table, and only the matched records from the right table will be taken. Okay, so only all the records that are available in the left join will be considered, and only the matching records that are available in the table 2 will be considered here. Okay, that is only the matching records will be added with your table 1. Okay, that is what the common area says, right? So once you understood this, then it will be easy for you to understand the remaining join. And the right outer join is just opposite. Okay, so in the right outer join, what you are doing, you'll be returning all the records from the right table and then matched records from the left table. Okay, so it is just opposite to your left join. Then in the full outer join, what is happening? Returns all records when there is a match in either left or right table. So whatever the records are matching in both left and right table, we will be considering here. Okay, so this was the basic idea behind the different type of joins. Okay, so now we'll let us discuss about more on joins and with example, right? And here you can see there are 2 tables are given, that is student and student course. Okay, so we'll just write a query like this: select student course. This is the second table, dot course ID. You are referring the second table course ID, and then student dot name. Student dot name is what? You are referring the first table. Okay, student dot name from the first table, and then again student dot age from the first table, from student, and then inner join student course. Okay, you are performing the inner join. Okay, with this student course, right? That is from student and inner join and student course, right? Then, so what is the the attribute value you are comparing here in the inner join? That is student dot roll number equal to student course dot roll number. That is roll number that present on both the table. Sorry, the student that is roll number present on both the table. Okay, so you have the roll number in the student table, and you have the roll number in the student course table, right? So you are just comparing. This is actually eq join, right? Because you are using equal sign here, you are performing the inner join. Okay, so this is example for the eq join, right? We'll be seeing one more example also. Here you can see the course ID, that is the first field, right? So the first attribute from the course ID, you are taking the course ID, and then name from the student table, and then age from the student table, right? This is what you are going to display, right? So this result you are going to display based on the matching condition, right? So here the course ID 1, 2, 2, 3, 1. Okay, that is whatever the course IDs are matching, those course ID you are going to take, okay, based on the roll number, right? So roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 9. So those things are there, but based on the course ID matching, then you are combining these two tables, right? So here 1 Harris and 18, 2 Pratt. So it is difficult to read, right? So Patrick and then 19, and Rianka 20, and then Deep 18, and Saprathi 19. Sorry, so I'm not able to spell it properly, right? So okay, so it doesn't matter, right? So we'll so like this, what we'll do, we'll just write a query, and then we'll try to join. Okay, so obviously, so in the practical sense, we'll be using the query like this in the practical application, and we need to join, we need to perform the join operation in all the our the real-time application, right? So then an inner join process includes only tuples with matching attributes, rest or discarded in the resulting classes. Okay, so this is what happens in the previous one. So whatever the matching attributes, that is alone considered on from the both the table, and then the remaining things are discarded. Okay, so we have the theta join. So theta is it's a condition, right? So theta you can give any condition there. That's why we call it a theta join, right? So here we are combined tuples from different relations, provided they satisfy the theta condition, right? Any condition you can give. So the notation is R1. This is like the symbol we use for join. Okay, so join and then theta R2, right? So the notation is here R and R2 are two relation, that is two table with attributes. R1 attributes are set of attributes are there, and then for R2 is also set of attributes are there. Okay, then the condition is such that no attribute matches, that is R1 intersection R2 equal to null. Okay, that should be in the first condition is there should not be any common attribute that should present in the both the relation, right? So the theta condition is in the form of set of conditions. To perform certain inner join, this condition should be applied. Okay, so the theta join can use all kinds of comparison operators. So suppose if you use greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, those all comparison operator you can use it, right? Then so we'll see the one example here. Here you have the student table. Okay, this is actually student table with student ID, name, and standard. Okay, then this we call as a student relation, right? Then one more relation we have, that is subject relation. In the subject relation you have class and subject. Okay, so now this was the condition R1 intersection R2 equal to null. That means the attributes that are present on both the table should be null. Okay, so you have the student ID, name, and STD, but here you have only class and subject. Okay, so there is no common attribute that present on both the table, right? So now when you perform this, again the EQ join, right? The student detail. So how you are performing here, student and then join operation based on STD from the student table and class from the subject table. Okay, so you are taking the STD, that is STD value here, the STD value from the first table, and then class value from the second table. Okay, so if these two values, that is the student table STD value, that is the value present in the STD column or in the field, and then the value present in the class column, if two things are matching, then what you can do, you can make a join here. Okay, so here first you will take 10 and then here also 10. So these two values are matching. What you'll do is 10 and 10, and you are taking the entire record. Okay, that is 101, Alex, 10, 10, and then math. Okay, then what is the second one? So again, 10, the second record from the subject table, and then 10, 10, you are going to match, and then 101, Alex, and then 10, English. Okay, so here in the second table, you have two 10 values, right? 10 and 10. Here, English and Max. Okay, that is Max and English are there. Okay, so that we are combining here, right? Then comes to the second record, 102, Maria, and then here 11, right? You are matching with this value, and there are two records are there in the student relation with same value, 11 and 11. Okay, that you are going to combine here. That is 11 and 11, 11, 11. The two options are there. That is music and sports. Okay, so this actually the example for the EQ join. Okay, so you are just matching the equality between two different attribute that present on both the table. Okay. Then, so this is what the theta join. The theta join usually only equality comparison. Okay, other than the comparison operator, it uses only the equal sign, right? It is said to be EQ join. The above example corresponds to the theta join. Theta join is EQ join. Okay, then the next one is natural join. Okay, so in the natural join, the condition is somewhat different. That means at least one common attribute exists between the relation. That is what the condition. Okay, so here in the natural join, you are not going to use any operators, either it is the equal operator or the greater than or less than operator. Any operator you are not going to combine, only with the available of the common attribute that present on both the relation. Okay, based on that only you are going to perform the join operation. Okay, so if you perform based on the common attribute that present on both the table or both the relation, then you're going to call it as a natural join. Okay, in the previous case we said there should not be any common attribute present in the both the table. Okay, but in this particular case, in this natural join, the at least one common attribute must be there to make a join operation. Okay, so the join does not use any comparison operator. It does not concentrate the way Cartesian product does. Okay, but instead natural join can only be performed if there is at least one common attribute exists between the relation, right? So those attributes must have the same name and domain, right? So this is all we are going to see in the example. And natural join acts on those matching attributes. Okay, only the matching attributes you are going to perform the operation where the values of attributes in both relation is same, right? Here is the example. Here you have the relation courses. That is, this a course is the first relation, and then HOD, head of the department, is another relation. Okay, so here you have the common attribute, that is department in the course table, and then department in the HOD table, right? So both the relation are having a common attribute. That is why this is the condition to make a natural join, right? Now, so based on the common attribute value that you are going to make the join operation, right? So you can see here department and then CID, that is course ID, right? Then course and then head. Okay, so now you are going to just compare with CS and CS, and then ME and ME, and EE and EE. Okay, so with this, the matching values, what you're going to do, you're just combining two tables. Okay, the CID from the first table, that is course table, and then course from the first table, and here head from the second table. Okay, so just you are making a join operation based on the common attribute that present on both the table. Okay, so in this way, if you perform the join operation, you can call it as a natural join, right? Then coming to the second category, outer join. Okay, so far we have said the EQ join, and then theta join, and then natural join. Okay, EQ join and then theta join. Only difference is the EQ join, if you use equal symbol for comparison, then that is called the EQ join. Otherwise, if you use any other comparison operator, then you can call it as a theta join. Okay, so that's what we already discussed, right? So in the place of equal sign, if you use any other comparison operator, then you can call it as the theta join, the general join operation, right? But otherwise, if you perform the join operation based on the common attribute that present on both the table, then you can call it as a natural join, right? Hope you will be able to understand, right? Then the next category is outer join. In the outer join, will be performing the join operation somewhat different, right? So here all joins mentioned above, that is theta join, eq join, and natural join, are called inner joins. That is that you know already. Then there exist methods by which all tuples of any relations included in the resulting relation. Now, in the outer join, we have three different classification. That is left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. Okay, this was the symbol we use for left outer join. Okay, this was the symbol we use for right outer join. This is what the symbol for full outer join. Okay, so this symbol notations you can just remember, right? Now, first we'll discuss about left outer join. Maybe in the introduction slide we said so how the left outer join is performed and how the right outer join is performed and how the full outer join is performed. Okay, so if you want, just you can have one more time, right? So here in the left join, what we are doing, will be taking all the records from the left table. Only the matching records from the right tables are considered. And similarly in the right join, only all the records that is available in the right table you are considering, and only the matching records from the left table will be added. Okay, similarly in the full outer join, you will be considering that is all the records when there is a match, okay, in either left record or left table and then right table. When there is a match on both the table, then you are going to make it as a full outer join. Okay, so now, so let's we'll just go back to the again the different categories. So here the left outer join, that's what we given here. All tuples of left relation are included in the resulting relation, right? And then if there exist tuples in R without any matching tuple in S, then S attributes of the resulting relations are made null. Okay, that is not you. That is what you are going. You are not going to add it, right? You will be just making it as a null value, right? Now let's discuss about the example. Here you have the A, B, right? So these are the attributes of your left table. This is actually your left table, and this is your right table. The left table you have A, attribute A, that is you have the values, that is 100, 101, and 102. And in the B attribute, you have the values database, mechanics, and electronics. Similarly, in the right relation, you have the attributes A and B, right? So here you have 100, 102, and 104. When you perform the join operation, that is left outer join, first you will be considering all the tuples that is available in the left table, and whatever the matching records or matching tuples are there in the right table, only you are going to consider. Okay, so here you can see 100, you are taking the left table as it is, right? So 100 database, and then 101 mechanics, and 102 electronics. Okay, now in the right table you are just going to perform the matching, that is 100 is present on the right table, so you are going to perform the join 100 and Alex. Okay, you are just including. Okay, that's what the matching attributes should be included from the right table. And here 101 is not present in the right table, so you are making it as a null. Okay, right? Then 102 is present in the second table, that is in the relation table, HOD table. Then you are making a connection, that is you are going to join, that is 102 Maya, right? So once you understood this, then it will be very easy for you to understand the next one. Okay, right outer join, and then full outer join. Okay, so here as per the condition, so you are taking the a set of tuples from the left table as it is, and whatever the matching condition is matching with the right table, only the matching tuples only you are going to include in your resultant table, right? The unmatched tuples from the right table will be made as null, right? So that is what the condition. Right now, right outer join, we'll just discuss about right outer join, right? So the right outer join, as we, if you understood the previous one, it is very easy for you to understand this one also. So it is just opposite. Okay, so now here what you are doing from the same previous example table, we are just making a right outer join join operation here. Here what you will do, you will just consider all the tuples that present in the right table. Okay, that is 100, 102, 104, Lex, Moya, and Mira. Right. Then what you will do with the left table, only the matching tuples will be added. Okay, will be joined. That is 100, 102, and electronics. Right. So if you see the parent table in the here 100, 101, and 102. Here 101 is not there, right? So 101 is not there. So what you do, for instead of 101, you're just making it as a null, right? Hope you'll be able to understand, right? Then, so the next category is full outer join. The full outer join is very easy to understand, right? It is just combination of adding both the condition, that is left outer join and right outer join, right? So you can see here, if from the left table 100, 101, and 102 you are taking, so as it is, and what we did in the left outer join, the same thing you are doing here. That is the unmatched attribute values you are making as a null value. Then again, in the right outer join, you are taking, that is, since 100 is taken already, 102 is also taken already, then only remaining 104 values there, and 104 and Mira, this is added, and the unmatched attribute values are made as null here. Okay, so hope you will be able to understand the Cartesian product and join operation, right? Thank you for joining. Hi learners, please subscribe to my channel and also press bell icon for latest video updates. Please do not forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you.